Something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is where we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take, or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning. Now give me my darn theme.
All right, we back, man. Happy New Year's, man, to everybody. We back, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Happy New Year's to everybody, man. Appreciate everybody that's in the building, man. Let's get this thing up in the algorithm. Let's get this thing on and rocking, man. Hey, like, share, subscribe to the channel, man, because we about to go up today, man. The first episode of the New Year's. Y'all know I've been off for exactly 1 week. 1 week without the show, man. So we back at it, man. We finna get this thing on and rocking. Sorry if I sketch, but man, we back. It's time, man. It's time to get this thing on and rocking, man. Time to let everybody know. Man, top of the New Year's to everybody, man. What up, Coach Ray? What up, Coach K?
Rob, you scared me, Rob, because I got you playing on my car speakers.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's good, though?
Hey.
Oh my God, you scared me.
Hey, y'all used to hear that boom. I ain't come with the boom today, man. So, hey, listen, man, we finna get this thing back in order, man. How we should be before, as we went out the New Year's, came into the New Year's, man. So, hey, listen, the CEO is back, so we back in action, man. We back in action, man. We finna get this thing up and rocking, man, for everybody, man. Let's get that. Hey, man, hit that like button. Let's get it in the algorithm so we can everybody pulling up, man. Let's get it in the algorithm right now. But, hey. Let's start off with we got to start off with it, all right? When I said this weeks ago, and I left him out the wide receiver depth chart room, a lot of people was questioning me why I did that. And now you got the news yesterday that Mr. Willie Gaines is in the transfer portal. All right?
Shocker.
When y'all questioned me, when I left him off the other week, when we was doing, it was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we doing the depth chart of who's on scholarship and who's not, and I left Willie off the depth chart, there's your answer. Just weeks later. But hey, the answer's there. Willie Gaines has officially entered the transfer portal. The transfer portal is closed, but you will see people still trickling into the transfer portal. All they have to do was make sure they submit their paperwork by 9:59 last night, whether on the East, Central, Mountain, or Pacific time. They just had to submit their information in by 11:59. So that means it still is going to take 48 hours for the NCAA to approve a lot of this paperwork. So a lot of people that you see paperwork getting approved today, that means that they put their paperwork in 48 hours ago. So that means they're 2 days behind. So anybody that put their paperwork in yesterday, you still don't even know that they entered the transfer portal yet, because the NCAA is always 2 days behind. So you got 48 hours, for people still to enter their names. So you're going to see a lot of big names still hit the portal. You're going to see a lot of coaching moves being made because of the portal. Just think about what you just seen right now. LSU just fired their entire defensive staff after the portal closed. I wonder why. You had all this time to do it. And see, the reason I'm bringing this up, right, was because somebody got mad about Prime and Charles Kelly in the announcement when they did it. But then Brian Kelly just do this. He just fired his whole defensive staff. Ain't nobody got a problem with it. I'm just saying. That's how we're going to start 2024. But hey, we back, man. We finna get this thing on and rocking. So first, I got to do this. Because you know me, if it wouldn't be right, man. Shout out to all the Michigan fans and, the Washington fans. Y'all did it. Y'all stood on business. Y'all came, did y'all thing. Y'all playing for the national championship. Salute to y'all. Because y'all know me. If I'm wrong, I'm going to come up here and say, hey, listen. Hey, they stood on business. They got it right. Hey, they bust the script. It is what it is. But hey, I got to give proper due what proper, what credit is due. This is how we do it here, All right. Now let's get into it. First topic. Charles Kelly leaves Colorado bus. How you feeling? Let me know how you feeling.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think he's a great football coach. Let's just be frank. Let's not sit here. It's not going to be a Charles Kelly bashing. I don't think he had the fit that he wanted for his defense. And he going home, guys. That's what it all boils down to. He going home. He going back to where he played at, to where his roots at, maybe where his heart is. What I don't want people to think is that this caught Coach Prime by surprise, or it came out of the blue, because I don't think that it did. So now we just gotta, like you say, we just gotta move on from it. I think everybody else still intact. You add Warren Sapp, so you upgrade a little bit on the defensive line. Coach Dancy gets in the room, and now we just need a defensive coordinator and a safeties coach. So we'll see what happens with that. But I just don't think it's. I just don't think it's really no sweat off of nobody's back. I don't think it's no sweat off of nobody's back. Go ahead, Coach.
No, this seemed very very calculated by the way that everything. Even if you guys read the article, it said how they both mutually came to a decision about it, which you have to like. Every little word matters in these type of articles, and the fact that he went back to his alma mater, he went back to where he's from, which I think he was a little homesick, because this was his first time out here in this part of the country coaching. He's always been a Southern type of guy. He has deep Southern roots. So I think this was a good decision on both of them, and I'm glad that like this was resolved in like a nice way. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't like a whole, oh, he left and it was he left him high and dry, especially during this point in time. So I think it was very calculated, and I mean I wish Charles Kelly the best. I got no problems with him.
Go ahead, Deb.
Oh, my bad, man. It kind of caught me off guard. Like you just talked about, LSU coaches getting fired after the bowl game and after the portal closed. I felt like the timing kind of caught me off guard. I didn't expect it to happen. I would have liked to see him with better players on the defense, one more year in the system. A lot of those guys returning and having, this season to have learned the system and then having more time to implement it in the offseason. But I mean, it is what it is. Like y'all said, he's going back home, went to school there, played there, from down there. And, the motto, one leaves, you get another one better. So I'm interested to see who comes in. I mean, everybody's speculating, but, it is what it is. Like I said, I would have liked him to be there to see it all put together one more time with him, because I don't think he was bad. Prime would say it all the time. Like, I hear the calls in my headset. The calls are good calls. They just not executing it. So I don't think he had the personnel that he needed to. Sometimes we would be in the right spot. People just missing tackles. But, it is what it is.
Here's my thoughts to all this situation, right? Let's just go back and back and back. Let's go to Saturday. Who actually did Charles Kelly bring in?
You say who do you bring?
Recruiting wise, I mean, they gonna say them boys from Alabama. They gonna say the
No,
more Kennedy.
I'm talking about the high school ranks. Who did Charles Kelly bring in his recruiting cycle?
Nobody.
I mean, shoot, Nick brought in everybody. Now, I mean, we saw him go visit Brandon Davis Swain, that last 2 weeks. But other than that, I mean,
but that was Nick. They put how how on the websites they put the main recruiter on everyone, and it was Nick for damn near everybody. So,
Yeah. Nick recruited everybody, but I mean,
nobody.
yeah.
I guess nobody.
I,
Yeah, it's nobody. The answer is nobody. The answer is nobody.
that's what I'm trying to get y'all to figure out. So
I'm
when
gonna just
people
give him
say-
the props for going out there and I guess locking in and making sure Brandon Davis Swain stay. When he went out there and visited him, what they say twice in that last week. But other than that, yeah, he didn't recruit nobody.
I give you that. All right. When you break down the coaches that left, right? Everybody that those coaches was attached to, their recruits never came to Colorado. So in reality, those coaches went and talked to those players and told them that they weren't gonna be at Colorado. So that just goes to show you when this decision came out, it was a surprise to everybody out there, but it wasn't a surprise from Colorado due to the fact of they didn't take a chance or a risk on any of those players that was recruited by any of those coaches that left. That's just the honest truth. Like they signed who they believed in, who Coach Prime believed in, that he wanted. And that's why Coach Prime's always said, we haven't missed on anybody we haven't wanted. Meaning that if there's a coach that was leaving, Coach Prime made sure that those recruits knew that there's a possibility that their coach is going to leave or their coach is going to go somewhere else, and be honest with them up front. So we didn't have to go sign anybody out of the class that was attached to anybody and they get blindsided that their coach is leaving and now they're stuck in Colorado. So in reality, when you really break all these things down, when you really sit back and look at it, Charles Kelly didn't recruit no high school kids in his class. If he did, it wasn't to come to Colorado. And so when his decision came out and he left, nobody could be upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not stuck with any of his people that he brought in that we didn't want. One. Two, was it too much of a hype show for him? Too much cameras, too much action. Coming from the Alabama where everything is private, you handle your business, you do this, you do that, to come with Prime where everything is put out in the light, right? And so those are the things that I always, you start peeling back the onion and you start really going into what's really going on and what's really happening. You got to start to mind yourself, like, all right, how many Nick Williams recruits do we actually take? How many players did we get from Charles Kelly? We know we didn't get nobody from Sean Lewis or Coach Boyle. We let them go immediately. So, Tim Brewster. Nobody came in with Tim Brewster in this recruit cycle. So it just goes to show you, if those coaches stays, how different our high school class would have been. Because everybody from the high school ranks that we were attacking was from those, 4 or 5 coaches. And so I told you it was going to be a surprise coach about, that was going to lead, that was going to throw everybody off. The surprise coach was Charles Kelly. But it all breaks down to coming down back to recruiting at the end of the day. And that's what I wanted people to look at, and understand that, hey, what happened, it was meant to be. And Prime have been sitting on this for weeks. They just finally decided to come out with it. So I would love to see the AB in Boulder. Y'all know how that is, but we're going to leave that story for another day.
So basically what you're saying, Rob, you can't miss what you didn't have.
Thanks.
Fact.
Charles Kelly came on staff as the number 1 recruiter from the prior season, but that output we didn't see that output for this cycle. So
Correct.
Yeah, he did implement a decent scheme. Did he have the players to make that defense as effective as what we have liked? Maybe not, but you take this, you go get another DC, and you move on. Just like we did with the OC. You got another DC, got a new OC. You got to make sure they better than what we put on the field last season. So I don't, wish him well. Not like you said, Coach Dre, bash him or anything, but the defense has nowhere but to go up from here. Because it was ranked.
That's fact. That's facts. No, that's facts because we don't have to. You don't have to worry about that.
You know what
No,
I
it's
don't like?
just
You know what I don't like though when that whole number one recruit like that is so that's a weird metric to base on being the number one recruiter because it's like you're at Alabama, like you probably don't need to sell much to certain recruits with all that merit and all that that comes with the Alabama name behind you. You know what I mean? Like because I've always thought about that when they go like, oh, number one recruiter for here and from is from Georgia, number one recruiter, blah 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 blah. It's like, how do we base that off? Because they have those big school names that hold so much weight.
But
But the thing,
Kelly goes
but
it's even before Alabama because he had that reputation for the guys he had. You know, he was responsible for at Florida State as well. So that's part of the reason probably how he got to Alabama because he went over there and said, "Yeah, I didn't work with a Dorian James. I didn't work with the players that he had at FSU to
He
get to
inherited that
Alabama."
defense,
And if it follows him wherever he goes, I'm sure that's how.
he inherited what defense?
the FSU defense, the Derwin James and all them. He inherited all those players.
But wasn't he on the staff though? Wasn't he on that staff that got them kids there?
He came in. He came in, and then that's when all those kids were already there. Derwin James and all
Okay,
them.
but here's what if you ask Duran James, he'll tell you his coach is Charles Kelly. That's who developed him. If you ask Duran, you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If you
you
Absolutely.
know,
if you
Sal.
you know what I'm saying? If you ask Duran, he gonna tell you that's who cultivated him and made him a better player. So when Charles Kelly sits down in your home and he tells you that you can look on the NFL stage and say, hey, that I coach that kid, I can get you to the next level. It shows that he can evaluate talent. Now, what Lawrence is saying is correct. I mean, what you're saying is correct. Yeah, Alabama and Georgia sells themselves, but now you have to compete with the components of a Colorado, or if somebody else gets another big name coach, because now that name only carries so much weight, and now Alabama, it's like, can we do it again? Shout out to Coach to Lawrence, because we picked Bama. I didn't think y'all boys really stood a chance, and y'all went out there and did what y'all was supposed to do. But you're right, that does sell. But now you have to. Everybody want the NIL deal. Everybody want the commercials. They want what Coach Prime is giving these kids. Like Seaton down here in Orlando looking like a real superstar. That's Coach Prime biggest spokesperson right now. Seaton down here at the Under Armour game in Orlando looking like a real superstar.
Oh, bro, you know what's so crazy? His interview numbers versus everybody else interview numbers, it is, oh my lord. Like everything he puts out 10,000 plus within the first 2-3 hours, and then everybody else is like 100 views, 200 views here. Like everything Seaton touches right now is gold.
And then you got stupid reporters who set it up real nice when they say something about, hey, well, Seaton, what about your watch? Oh man, that's just a gift. You get what I'm saying? So right now, Seaton is Coach Prime's biggest selling magnet, besides the fact that we feel that we're gonna be a better football team. Uh, and if you go back to Coach Prime history, he's always had a different offensive coordinator. I think every year he's been at Jackson.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
year, every year. What I think at one year it was Pullock, and then Pullock got replaced by Brett, and then that's when they
No,
came over.
TC was in front of
TC
that.
was TC was in front of
TC was in
that.
the middle.
Wait, TC
TC
was in
was in
front
the
of Brett.
middle. The dude Pollard was first. Pollard was first that COVID year, and I
Okay.
think I think he went
And
into
halfway through the second year.
halfway through the second year. Then he gave it to TC. Now I was told that he demoted TC again and gave it back to somebody else. I can't verify that, so I don't talk about that. But then he
Brett was
brought
the
in
OC one
Barcelona.
time, right? Brett was the OC
Who?
at one time. Brett.
Yeah, Brett
He
was
was
the
the
last
OC.
one.
He was the last one. He never got demoted. He stayed all the way through. When he brought Brett in, he stayed in all the way through. But he's
Now
always
him.
changed his coordinators. This is
Yeah, Brett.
like that ain't nothing new.
I see Brett. I see Brett. He's one that if we lose, that's gonna hurt because I see a team gonna come after him next year. I
No,
see
he
I
ain't
see
going nowhere.
teams. No. I mean, I don't think he will, but man, if he has if they have a good year, and these receivers go crazy, I could see his name pop up a lot of places.
He's the youngest coach on the staff. He ain't going nowhere. They're gonna keep him. Prime gonna keep him because he's done good business. So he gonna keep him there. He ain't gonna let that one slip away. He'll match whatever they offer. Unless you gonna offer him an office, because Prime could technically offer him an OC job at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that was the point that we were trying. I think we were trying to make at the beginning was, guys, when he made now, okay, it looks like Pat Sherman's going to be the offensive coordinator. But my thought was, if anything was going to happen, that he would have made Bart. That was the reason for bringing Bartolone, because because Shador is familiar with him. He knows him. He respects him. So when he made Sherman the OC, I was like, okay, well, I thought we were gonna bring somebody else in, but now it looked like Sherman gonna keep the job, because the offense did go to looking a little better. Because again, that first week he got the job, that was more Sean Lewis play sheet and him calling plays. As we matriculated down the season, I think it became, you saw more of Pat Sherman type of offense and what you probably gonna see this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've lost. The question is, if anybody entered the transfer portal out of CU outside of Willie Gaines, because Willie Gaines entered the portal 2 days ago. It's been 48 hours. This he just got announced today. Question is if anybody else entered, because Prime is going to go get some other players out this portal, whether y'all like it or not. There's gonna be some more players coming. They might even go over scholarship during the springtime, just get these players in to let the spring play out on who's staying and who not for the springtime. As you can see, a lot of players are entering the portal again that transferred last year. So some people are taking the route of the NCAA approving, that window for, if you transfer last year, you can transfer again. They're taking advantage of that rule right now.
I think Stinger coming out, I think I don't think that kid makes that jump if they don't think it's going to be approved. I don't think he puts himself in the.
Yeah.
I don't think
a
he
good
puts
point.
himself in the. That's when I saw that, I was like, they must going to be approved.
It's real.
Because
It's real.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's no way this kid going to go somewhere and have to sit when he know next year he a first round draft pick. So
Dorian coming out was whoa. Like, I don't know why nobody's talking about that right now. He's the best receiver in the portal right now. Just like him in the portal, that was crazy. I was like, whoa. I was not expecting that. That came out of left field.
But I thought the it was approved like on a state level, certain states so far that did get it approved. Like I know Colorado was early.
No, it was in Colorado. It was
okay.
The court was in Colorado and they overturned that rule. And then there was a 14-day period, and then the NCAA kind of put out some like rhetoric saying that they'll still try to, deny waivers, but then Colorado completely overturned it after the 14 days. So now it's just the wild, wild west right now.
And that's what it's finna become. It's definitely finna become that, because it was some kids sitting there that probably was sitting there because they didn't want to go somewhere and sit. So now you're going to see kids that you thought that wasn't going to leave, now they going to leave. So now you have to ask yourself, you know what I'm saying, are you ready for that altogether?
This going to be crazy. I'm surprised
so
that only one scholarship wide receiver is in the portal from our side, though. That's what's crazy.
No, it's more than that. It takes 48 hours. So if anybody, you got to look back at 48 hours from now. Like, so say today's the 5th. Hold on. Say it's 2 days previous. Sorry, today's the 3rd. So you got to go back to the 1st.
It closed on the 2nd.
Correct. So the people that's getting approved today is the people that enter and put their paperwork in on the 1st. And then tomorrow will be the people that put their paperwork in on the 2nd. It's always 48 hours behind when they announce that they're officially in the portal. So once you put your paperwork in, it could take up to 48 hours to get approved. What the NCAA been doing is just waiting the full 48 hours to approve people's paperwork to say they're officially in the portal. So there's a lot of players that have entered the portal that you publicly don't know yet because the paperwork hasn't got approved by the NCAA. Because they got 48 hours to approve the paperwork. As long as your paperwork was in by 11:59 last night, you good.
Okay, so we should see more people.
You're going to see more people in the portal. Yeah, you're going to see more people.
Until like 12 o'clock, right?
No, it don't matter what time now. As long as they put it in by 11:59 last night, whatever time zone they in to the NCAA, they good. And now it's up to the NCAA to approve it. So everybody that you're seeing today happened 2 days ago when they put their paperwork in. It's just publicly coming out now.
Okay.
Now, CU, go get my boy 3. I'll make the phone call for you now. I'll meet up my boy 3.
Man, you talking about Kev?
Come on, bring my boy 3 now. Bring my boy 3.
Nah, man. Kev should have came last year, man. He should have came last year, man.
One name.
I was just about to tell y'all he hit the portal, man. I was with them boys. I was with the team a couple days ago, and Kev was talking about leaving.
That my boy.
He should have came last year, man.
He went against the Braves.
He's looking at it. He's looking to see you.
I don't even want him no more.
I asked him. I said, "What do you?" I said, "Are you thinking about? You feel me? Going back to prime?" He said, "Man, I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's on the table. So
listen. Hey, 3. I know you possibly might want to go to Mizzou. I know you from the crib. I know. Go do what's best for you, my brother. Go do what's best for you. It's nothing but love. Go do what's best for you.
Somebody else that we was looking at that came out of Jackson State last year, Juriante Davis, the linebacker that went to Texas A&M. He in the portal now too.
Both of them boys. Yeah, I think he pull. I think Davis for sure probably gonna pull up. I don't know about Coleman, but them two teams that should
probably go to Missouri. I think from what I've heard is it might be Missouri. Missouri trending now. Missouri going crazy.
Hey, MIZZOU, man. Shout out to the hometown. Hey, listen,
y'all going crazy.
Them boys, the boys turned up. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all hot on the trail, bro.
The person that made the mistake was Javante Davis. He should have went to Colorado because he would have been.
He would have been. He'd have started.
I think some of them dudes just wanted, especially him, right? And just my opinion, they wanted a big name. Like, hey, it's.
Wait, hold on.
I want to go to the SEC. I want to give me a big time.
Rob,
Texas A&M was doing their thing. You talking about Juriante Davis? The linebacker from Jackson State. He went to Texas A&M.
He should have came on the boulder, man. I don't care about I know Texas threw that bag at him, but he should have came to Boulder, dog. He'd been out there doing his thing.
He went to A&M and got. I think you know what's so funny though? There's one player that comes to mind, and Shane Hooks. I'm always gonna bring it up because he trolled. I remember him trolling so hard when it was his decision, and boy went to Auburn, and
he went to Auburn. He ain't do nothing.
We know what happened instead.
Oh, he balled at Auburn. He balled at Auburn.
He balled at Auburn when?
He played.
He had like
look at the tape. Got to look at the tape.
I thought did he even have a scholarship at Auburn?
Yeah, yes. He was the man.
He definitely had a scholarship. I just didn't know that he played. I ain't hear nothing about him.
He played, but he didn't do nothing.
He had 140 yards. He had 140 yards. What are we talking about?
He had 10 receptions.
He had most of them in one game, though. I'm trying to think of what game it was. It was
in the SEC.
He had 10 receptions, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
He balled. What?
For the whole year?
Hold on.
For the whole year.
For the whole year, but I think like
he started off at Ohio, then went to Jackson, and then to the SEC. Like so.
But he won.
We said that's not good numbers for 1 year in the SEC.
No.
100 yards is not what?
I don't know about that,
bro. I ain't gonna lie. What he did, he had the bag and straight fumbled it because he could have took his JSU season. He could have parlayed that at Colorado to something, and maybe fought his way into a late round draft pick. Right now, he's not gonna get an invite to the combine.
But I would tell you, if you get over 400 yards,
I think
SEC, you had a good season.
But you said his total was 100 yards, wasn't it?
He had 100-something yards all year.
144 yards.
If you want to, with the time that's in the SEC, a good season in the SEC is over 450 yards for a receiver because the ball is being spread out so much. If you can get to 400, 450 yards, you had a good season. Now, you had a great season. You're hitting that 1,000 and plus more, but it's ready for a lot of receivers to hit 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a good quarterback.
Shit, man. The only thing Shane Hooks did
Which
was
he didn't.
Shane Hooks came fly as hell to the games. I know that.
What about the lineman?
Hey, when we talked about Shane Hooks, that was my thing. I didn't understand why go play with a quarterback you got to get familiar with when you could have came and played with a quarterback that was already familiar. You was his man. You was his guy. That was his guy at Jackson. You get what I'm saying? And I understand the SEC, but it's okay, right now, what you going to Florida State for if you're a receiver? I mean, DJ ain't finna.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just asking. You got to ask yourself them kind of questions when you making them kind of decisions. And I understand the bag and all that, but hey, again, guys, we got to stop harping on that because these kids are doing that and they might be messing themselves up. Okay, you got this little bit of money from Auburn. When if you'd have went to Jackson and put up at least decent numbers, he might not even need 1,000, 700 to 800. We talking about an invite to the combine.
I would
we
say
talking about
at 4. If he went to Colorado, I'd say even 4.
You got to think about it like this for these kids to get recruited. Like these SEC offers are the dream offers. You feel me?
Yeah, you got to start being realistic though. That dream stuff is cool, man, but you need to go where you can actually
but I get
do
it.
something.
All right, let me.
I get what you're saying. I get what y'all saying, but I'm just saying, like in the kids, man, some of these kids that ain't getting talked to or don't have the guy. Like the SEC is as soon as you see an SEC offer, like you hopping on it just because you feel me, you feel like you're SEC player or some. I ain't gonna lie to none of y'all. It's a couple of kids that some kids is cool with that. F it, I sit on the bench, like no cap.
Yeah, they
just,
will.
Hey,
Just
Coach Dre say he know. Hey, I'm in Alabama. I don't care if I never see the field. I'm in SEC.
That's
feel me? I'm in Bama. What you talking about?
But with that being said, guys, and he telling y'all the truth, I have never told my kids to do that. I always said we got to go somewhere where we can play, where we can see the field and what's beneficial for us. So that's why when we get up here, we go anywhere and we go to hollering about the bag. Like I told y'all, and we right. We don't know these kids' situation. But if you a kid from a situation where money is needed, $60,000 to $70,000 is gone before you get it good.
On me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That money gone before you get it good. And if that money ain't translating, if that money ain't keep turning over, if you ain't continuously getting that kind of money, what we talking about? You see what I'm saying? So I just think Shane Hook should have went to Colorado just based on that. I have no problem with what Kevin Coleman is doing because he gonna get a second chance. But if he go to Missouri, it don't make no difference. But RJ,
Coleman put tape out there. He put good tape out there.
Nah, he have a good season,
put good tape.
He have a good season, dog.
Shane, no. Wait.
Nah, man.
Listen, dog. I'm gonna help you right now. That's my boy.
Kevin Cole.
He have a good season, dog.
He made some plays.
Listen. I know what 3 can do. He ain't have a good season, dog. Bring out potential. Listen. He should have been a number 2 receiver at Louisville. That's all I'm saying on that boy.
I say he put good tape out. Putting good tape out doesn't necessarily translate to you having big stats. But as long as you put something out there that teams can work with, that's cool.
What y'all think about that Willie Gaines situation?
Oh
man, listen. So I'll be honest about Willie. Willie should have never came to Colorado. He should have never. He wasn't Colorado. Or excuse me, he wasn't. I don't want to say Power 5, but he shouldn't have came. He should have
went to Liberty.
In my opinion,
he should have went to Liberty.
If you look at that Jackson tape, he only ran go routes, slants, maybe a swing here and there. That doesn't translate to Power 5 football, in my opinion.
I'm not surprised. I think everybody knew he was going to hit the portal. I think everybody knew that. It's not a surprise. I just, he need to calm down a little bit. We understand he upset, but all that talking he doing on acting like it's somebody else's fault. Like it was just people in front of you that's better than you, bro. That's it.
According to him, he's saying that it wasn't his choice to leave. So
it might not be.
That's a perspective.
Here's my. I'm glad.
No, it might not be. They might have told him, "Hey, you gotta get up out of here." But
here's my take on Willie's situation. I think that last year, we were in the situation where we just needed players. We just had to get players. Coach Prime came in December, like right when the portal was empty. They had to act and get pretty much the leftovers or the best of what was left over from the portal. So we was just taking all kinds of players. We took a risk you took a gamble on Willie and a lot of other players in other positions as well that some of them panned out, some of them didn't. Now we have a whole recruiting cycle and recruiting team, and now we have a jump on the better players that are available. So I think this is just a numbers game. And what you always say, Rob, upgrade the bottom 20. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They getting better players to upgrade the bottom of the roster, and that means some players have to go as a result. It's pretty much that simple. There are better players on the roster right now. Willie has to go because there are better players ahead of him. And there were even prior to the addition of these receivers that are on the roster.
There you go. That's the answer. They're going to answer. And then
now
again,
they're even better. So he's pushed down further on the depth chart now. So
and what we saying is, if you're not better than these sophomores and these freshmen, what we talking about? Because we bringing in now. Who is to say that we didn't know Stringer was gonna be out there? Everybody and their mama finna jump at this kid. Yeah. Everybody and their mama go. Yeah. Like y'all say, everybody gonna shoot their shot. You get what I'm saying? So now it's just the point of, and I think people miss that, Lawrence, that he had to pick from the bottom of the barrel last year. Yeah. It's not like he came in from the top of the recruiting cycle. He picked from whatever he had left. And that's why I say to me, he did a dang fine job when people go to saying, because he did. But now you got the best of the best that you can go get and go cultivate and be better. RJ, I got a question. Hey man, when was the last time we was on here? You told us Louisville was gonna do their thing.
Man, listen, bro. You said, hey, listen, we got dumb. I mean, I ain't got no argument for them boys. I didn't play. I played 5 years ago. No, but no cap. They look bad. You know what I'm saying? They look bad. I was just about to say that's what I was.
Is that the reason? Is there something else going on? Is why them kids jumping in the portal from that? Because I didn't expect them to look like that.
No, and I was just about to get to that, Dre. There's a lot of kids that hit the portal because they had the exit meeting yesterday. Go. You feel me? They had the exit meeting like, man, this is it. It's time to go. You feel me? So what they do at Louisville is like, if you're around the program or you got a name in the city, I got like a name in the city because they know I train the players and all that stuff. And I went there, so like they brought me in and I was there on the training. I was working out. One of my guys that's there, his name Ace. He's a running backs coach. He was telling me what they was going to do and how this was ready to go, this and that. And as I was leaving the complex, like I seen like on the left side, it's like the coaches, it's a hallway to the coach's office, you feel me? And then like you can see like 4 or 5 dudes just lined up at it. So I already know what that is. Get out of there. Get out of there. Bro. Hey, on me. Y'all know what it is.
Take my hand.
So that same day, like 2 days ago, was I leaving the complex, they was having an exit meeting, you feel me? So that's why you see everybody from Louisville hitting the portal. You see people hitting the portal. Like Kev is an admiration. I think Kev really might just want to go home for real. But everybody, bro, man, in that portal, because coach trying to do something special. You feel me? We won 9 games just on some surprise type shit. You feel me? Like nobody win 9 games, so he got high expectations now. You feel me? He love it down here in Louisville, man. So he ain't playing neither, man. He's doing it the prime way too, for real. You feel me? I mean, he got a couple, but man, been portal. You know what I'm saying?
As we midway in the show right now, man, smash that like button for your boy, man. I told y'all, man, let's get back in the algorithm. Let's get this thing ran up, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know we back. First episode of the year. Shout out to everybody. Happy New Year's to everybody that's in the building. We got a couple more topics there. It's going to get interesting on this show. I'm telling you right now. A couple more topics we're going to get into. It's going to get real interesting. So just hold your horses because it's going to get a little interesting later in the show. I promise you that. But let me clarify some things up with the transfer portal because I know a lot of people still got questions, right? Yeah. The transfer portal is officially closed. There are kids that put their paperwork in at 11:59 last night that still paperwork has not got approved. The NCAA has 48 hours. Now, if you play in a bowl game on the 1st, New Year's Day, you still have 5 days to enter the portal. So that means there's still time for them to make a decision whether they want to come or leave or go. it gives the coaches time to have their exit meeting. So there's still a lot of players to decipher on those exit meetings of who's staying on the roster and who's leaving. So there's going to be a lot of movement still happening through the end of this week. But also, starting tomorrow, players can start taking visits that's in the transfer portal to different schools. So it's going to get interesting for the rest of the week. I'm just telling you right now. It's going to be chaotic for the rest of this week. You're seeing, coaching staffs get dismantled right now after the transfer portal closed, right? Because they didn't want this to happen.
Hey, that LSU thing wasn't no shock. I mean, I think I said that my brother-in-law is on that staff, on that defensive staff, so he was a part of that exit group. I think they knew it a week ago. I think they knew it about a week ago, about a week and a half ago. So it wasn't a surprise to them.
Yeah. But the thing for me is, why wait till the transfer portal closed? Why not do it a week ago?
Well, to be fair, they did have a game.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want because you saw what happened to you saw what happened to Florida State.
Man, we know
that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happens when you tell everybody that ain't nothing going on. People start shutting it down. People don't play. So I think Brian Kelly wanted to make sure his team still put on a decent performance in the bowl game and didn't look inept to nobody. So I think that's why they tried to keep it on the wrap. But I did think he had talked to them as men and said that y'all could start pursuing other jobs.
To be fair, though, we all knew that LSU defense, that might be one of the they make me grateful for CU's defense. Watching the LSU defense, bro. I don't know if it gets any worse than that. I really don't.
Here's what things get interesting. Could one of those coaches be headed to Boulder?
Never, no.
Don't say that, Coach Kev. We didn't say defensive coordinator. We ain't say coordinator. Hey, Coach Kev, what I'm telling you is, Coach Kev, you got to understand now. The LSU, the coach that left. You remember he went the middle. They got a coach from LSU at first.
Yeah. They had the
listen. Hold on. What I'm telling you, Kev, is he still got a voice in that room, in that Colorado room. And I'm telling you, and this ain't no speculation. I'm telling you what I know. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna discount that one person I think that me and Rob might be thinking of. But it might not happen. I'm not saying that it is, but it would be as an analyst or something. It wouldn't be as a coach. It would be as an analyst.
All the reason why I say that, my boy Corey Phillips. Where did he come from? He came from LSU.
Phillips, man, the miracle worker. You hear me? That
boy. He doing. But I'm just waiting on Rob to get to this other topic. So because it's something down here. It's something down here in the city down here in the Florida water. Boy, I'm just waiting on him to get to it.
Coach Prime, this is a message to you. Coach Prime, if you see me, I see you. We finna have this one-on-one conversation right now. If I'm you right now, Coach Prime, I am going to the state of Florida right now. I'm pulling up to FAMU right now. And I'm going to go get this recruiter from FAMU right now. I promise you. You get this recruiter, you lock up the state of Florida. I promise you, you're going to get every top dog to come to Boulder. You ain't got to believe me, but the proof is in the pudding. How you think FAMU winning? Because the man that's recruiting, and it wasn't Willie Simmons.
It wasn't Willie Simmons, guys. This guy, what I'm telling you is, whoever get hired, it's one coach that these people say, hey, you got to keep him. We got to do something to keep him. Because I forget his name, bro. If you go to FAMU little pages or whatever, that's the one person they talking about, left and right, that they need to keep because he's the reason they getting all these recruits, all these kids to transfer in from major Power Fives and all that. That's all him, bro. That's all him. I mean, he worked he do great work. I'm a big fan, bro.
Look, wait. So, what position does he coach? Or is he
he's
just
a recruiter.
He's a recruiter.
Oh, so he'll be under like Corey Phillips.
Yeah, he does what Corey Phillips does for FAM. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. We do
Coach
got
Red,
a lot of
Coach
positions.
Red, yep.
We have a lot of position coaches though that we got to hire though.
Listen, I don't care. Listen to what I'm telling you. I don't care what you have to hire him as. Coach Riggs is what we need in Boulder. I don't care what the position, the title, none of that. You just got to give him the Boulder. I promise you. You lock up the state of Florida.
Are we talking BU today, Rob?
We are going to talk BU. That's the next topic, and then we're going to get into the realness at the end. But we're going to talk about Bryce Underwood. His decision day is coming up at the end of this week.
Yeah.
January 6th on Saturday. What is going on?
Yeah,
ain't no what are you?
LSU neither. Ain't no smoke around that. He really is leaning toward LSU. Very, 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 very tough.
Now, if it's me, this is what I said, and Lawrence will contest you. It's to me, it is a 60-40 LSU to CU.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna let Lawrence break it down.
Yeah, but he's really from what we heard on the back end with all these recruits and stuff. When we go out places, like we just got back from the Lineman Challenge in Texas with my 25 kid. He don't know nobody with Bryce Underwood out there. But like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I wasn't on her a couple weeks ago, but a couple weeks ago, like the dude was Bryce Underwood was somebody's game or something, and he had on LSU gear. I was like, oh man.
So here's what I know. I'm about to break everything that I know down from what he said, from what I know, and what I'm hearing locally. So we all know he put out the top 7: Alabama, Oregon, Michigan, Florida State, LSU, and CU. So if we break down the top 7 and what we know that's at that top 7, we can pretty much take even with the visits and some of the schools he didn't visit, some of the schools he haven't even talked to. But Alabama, we could probably take out. They got Julian Sand coming in.
Take out Oregon.
Hold on. Let him talk.
We can take out. They just signed Dante Moore. To be the quarterback next year, not even this season. Coming up next season. Michigan. From what I hear, Michigan is happy. They've been playing one toe in, one toe out with Bryce Underwood the entire time. So, but from what I hear, they're happy with what they have on the roster and Alex Orji. Whether or not JJ McCarthy comes back, and then Jayden Davis is already enrolled. He's practicing with the team right now, and they're impressed with what they see with Jayden Davis, 5-star quarterback coming in. So I even would take Michigan out of there. Florida State, we know they got DJU, they got Brock Glenn. But there hasn't been any real dialogue with Florida State.
No, you can just throw them in the trash can.
Yep. So we got Penn State, LSU, and CU. Penn State has a 4-star coming in, and I think they're gonna ride Drew Aller until he's 28 years old. You know, they just go he's gonna be the quarterback until. So I could take Penn State out. Plus, they lost their offensive coordinator anyway, and he just ain't going to Penn State. So that leaves CU and LSU. So he's been to LSU multiple times. RJ, you said he was recently wearing LSU gear. I think that has been the lean the whole way. But you got to look at what's happened with LSU lately. Their offensive coordinator is going to Notre Dame. One of their top linemen is in the portal right now. And what's going on in their defensive squad. So, I mean, all that is going to matter. Granted, that's defense, but no OC, no DC like CU is. So CU has I'm sure they've been in communication with Bryce the whole time, and they probably haven't come out. We don't know who the OC is, who the DC is, but I'm sure if they targeting, the Shedeur Sanders successor, they've had the Underwood family in close contact and have them up to speed on what's going on as far as coordinators, things like that. So I would say it's pretty similar to what Rob mentioned. 60-40 is probably still leaning LSU, but CU with the moves they've made, particularly I think Jordan Seaton was monumental to keep CU in the game for Bryce Underwood. If they somehow get Lance Hurd out the portal as well, and they have 2 5-star bookend tackles, that's man, it'd be hard not to come to see you. And if you look
So
I'm
did
a-
y'all peep the
in
little
the
article from
article
the
today,
law?
what his
hold on,
dad was
hold on.
interviewed, the stuff that he's looking for in a college, it's almost like a perfect fit for CU. It's not just a opportunity to play, the NIL, none of that stuff, but just the school he's looking for. He want to major in psychology. He want to take up sports medicine. And they said that their visit with CU was legendary. They used the word legendary.
Right.
So it tells you that he's tapped in with Shedeur Sanders using
Hey,
this word.
listen. Jordan Seaton holds the keys to that recruitment.
You ain't see him
Jordan-
post the Joker
Jordan
emoji when
Seaton,
Seaton committed?
listen. Jordan Seaton was the person that's recruiting Bryce Underwood right now. I'm not saying he's fully in there. It's 1,000%. It's a 60-40 LSU to CU right now.
Yep.
But
And I'll
the
tell y'all,
person that's helping this movement with CU is Jordan Seaton.
That makes
They got
sense.
real
They're going to
close
visit together.
because they
so what
came on an official visit together.
They were.
So what LSU is doing is the way they're trying to get Underwood to come in is they're pitching big three with him, Corian Moore, and that running back that's gonna commit in a couple of days. So they got them 3 dudes. They pitching big three, future big three to them dudes. That's why he's leaning LSU. Now
They also have the Korean Moore too, RJ.
Yeah, Corian Moore. That's why I said the
Yep.
receiver, the
Yep.
running back, he's gonna commit in a couple of days.
Yep.
They're all 5 stars. They pitching big three to them dudes, and they want dudes to come in and be the future of the program. Now, it's a complete year away, so anything can happen. If he does say, "Hey, I'm going to LSU," well, but we got a whole year changing mind. You feel me?
Well, he
Like
already
Rob
said he was making his
Rob
decision.
said, he is tapped in with Seaton. I know that for a fact. They're really cool.
Yeah,
Bro already said he was making his decision and sticking with it based off the
They've been-
after
Come on, man.
the
Come on.
playoff game. You got, watch the film, bro. It's an interview out after the playoff game.
Bro, I live in the same city as him. Ain't
listen.
nothing you can tell me about Bryce Underwood.
Listen, just because you live in the same
He
city
is
don't mean you like. Come on, bro. Like just because you live in the same city don't really mean that.
Listen. Let me tell you this. We're talking about recruits that are 17, 18, 19 years old.
Right.
16 for real.
They could flip their decision at any moment in time.
You right.
He just had Carmani McClain.
Come on, but Bryce Underwood is not a Carmani McClain. You can tell that based off, and you say you live in the same city. You know they're not the same people, bro. For Bryce Underwood to troll, come on now.
He don't got a troll to change his mind in a whole year.
Right.
Exactly. I could.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's an interview out.
Myself.
It's an interview out after they lost the playoff game this season of him talking about how he feel about college, how he got to put in the work this offseason because he know he going to school early. No matter where it may be, he has a decision to make, and he feels like that's what he's sticking with based off the interview that I watched.
What does that have to do with saying you're going somewhere and changing your mind a whole year later when he doesn't have to sign anything?
So somebody
He
that
doesn't
has
have
the
to sign
mindset,
anything.
right? So somebody that has the mindset that based off what he said, I gotta go. After the season is over, I'm going straight to school. So somebody that already has that mindset right now, and the type of player he is, based off his aura, how he carries himself, he doesn't come off as a Kamani McClain, Jordan Seaton.
Those ain't the only kids who ever change their mind after a year, man. Come on.
But we talking about Colorado. We talking about Colorado, not other schools.
It don't even have to be Colorado. He could change his mind to go anywhere.
He's not legally obligated.
Well, you said I mentioned only 2 kids. You said I mentioned 2 kids. I'm speaking about players that did it with Colorado.
I understand that, but what we saying is he has a year no matter where he goes. If he choose Colorado on the 6th, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it like, oh yeah, they got him. But next year he could go flip right back to LSU.
So who is talking? I'm ready to spit you some knowledge on what's going on with the recruiting. So basically now what's happening is you see it with Dante Moore, right? So you commit somewhere like he did, like he committed to Oregon. Boom, I'm committed to Oregon. Oregon, all the way to the last minute, UCLA. So what being told to these kids is, well, I mean, the way I explain this to kids is this, like, bro, you got a free year, bro. Because you can transfer if you don't like it. So you got a free year. So if you get there, it ain't what you like, tell the dudes you want a red shirt, sit out, transfer. There you go. That's why you see Dante Moore went to his original commitment, which is Oregon. You feel me? So Bryce Underwood can say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to, let's say he actually does commit to CU and he gets there, like it. I mean, he can hit the portal slide. Same thing the other way. You know what I'm saying? He get there to LSU, somebody start in front of him. Hey, I'm ready red shirt. He gonna slide. You feel me? So when it comes down to the final two, and it's just the final two schools, you get an extra year of recruiting with that kid. It's an extra year of recruiting with that kid.
Let me say this, right? What happens if a kid commits, right? And who they said they was gonna bring in, they don't get those players, then what? Because a lot of time, like recruiting momentum is a thing, right? Just because you have the momentum right now, don't mean you're gonna have momentum down the road.
Or
just look at Florida State.
Rob, or the coach that recruited you move on. Yeah. So he commits in 3 days, and the coordinator that committed, his lead coordinator or quarterbacks coach or whatever, they move on to another job the next day.
But I have a question for you guys regarding the whole Bryce Underwood situation. So with the way that our team is currently constructed, with how we have a lot of young, really good skill players, I could see a future in which Coach Prom looks for a quarterback, and a quarterback who, may not like his situation looks at CU and be like, wait, I can come in here, I have weapons all around me, I have Coach Prom as my coach, constantly endorsing me. Shador was a top 10 pick. I could easily see a quarterback from the portal, a pretty good quarterback, see that job as like, whoa, and I don't really, because I get it, 5-star quarterbacks are cool, but I'm more of the, I like proven guys, especially, with the era that we're in right now where quarterbacks and players could just transfer all over the place. I could see a transfer quarterback being something that's a very viable option for CU next year.
That's anything is possible.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get Bryce Underwood.
That's my question.
I mean, you heard what Jordan Seaton said in the interview. He said something big coming up.
Yeah, but would you guys rather have
So Coach K, I think so you gotta think about it, right? So next season, Bryce Underwood wouldn't be there. So you got Shador for this coming season. Then the following season, when he would be a freshman, most freshmen don't play. So they could snag transfer portal quarterback that got 1 season left to come in just for that 1 year, you know what I'm saying, before, so Bryce can get those reps up under him. So I mean, I could see it happening. I don't think it happens past his freshman year. If he came, I don't see that happening past his freshman year. Maybe his freshman year if they need somebody to come in, but past that, if he came in, because first year, them quarterbacks not even just quarterbacks. Most players not playing their freshman year.
That's what I'm saying. Good team, the whole Bryce Underwood thing. Don't get me wrong. It's big news and stuff like that. But I don't even feel like, because with the way that it is now, we see all these 5-star quarterbacks just transfer anyway. It's like, all right, if we get them, amazing. But if we don't, I really don't think it's the end of the world, especially with how we're constructed.
I don't think nobody think it's the end of the world. Again, but back to what
people will, right? Some people.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna keep telling y'all, they kids, they getting advice from everybody got an opinion on what they should do. Now Bryce Underwood, on the other hand, I think he has a great core of people around him, so I think he gonna make the best decision. So at the end of the day, again, what this boils down to is where you want to go. So if you go to LSU next year, who the quarterback gonna be this year, I don't know. But you walk in, you're gonna be early. You're gonna have a chance. You're going to have the chance to play as a true freshman, probably.
Yep.
If they don't get a transfer quarterback in, you're gonna have a chance to play. Now, if you come to Colorado, I like the kid that they got from Vanderbilt. And then we already know that they're working with the with RJ kid. We already know he working with select QBs and getting his talents better. So at the end of the day, I still like the way that we're constructed at the quarterback position after Shador leaves. But if Bryce walks in the door, we know what that comes with. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you're right, it doesn't hurt us. It helps, but it don't hurt. So I just want the kid to do what he feels best for him. And when bro just said what y'all fail to realize is you're right. But just because you commit, it doesn't stop any school from stop talking to you, stop
Absolutely.
trying to recruit you, stop trying to make you you still a major, because all you did was get on TV and put on a hat like me and Rob got on and say I'm going here. But
That's it.
has nothing to do with me keep calling your telephone,
Nope.
me calling your uncle down the street and whoever else that you are associated with and trying to say, hey man, and this is the biggest thing. Who is to say that Chip Kelly is going to be the coach at LSU next season? Now we feel good about we feel good about Prime, but hey, who is to say he's going to be the coach? And we've already seen that these kids tell you that they're 9 times out of 10 they're committing to the person that was recruiting them. The reason that that what you call it went to Syracuse is because Nick Williams was his guy, and that's why I'm going to Syracuse. That's it. Nothing else. Nick Williams. So, like somebody said, if the guy that's recruiting you, if he's not going to be there, and if you haven't built any bonds with any of these other kids, then this gonna happen. And then we gonna be up close. We gonna be frank with y'all. It's a lot of lies we getting told between kids, and it's a lot of friendships getting ruined. It's a lot of stuff getting ruined because it's a lot of lies being told amongst kids.
Yep.
Because of the simple fact is you trying to play the field. And okay, I understand this a game, and that's how. But we got in any game there's rules to it. So we got to teach. I keep telling y'all we got to teach kids about loyalty, about being stand up and being and just standing on what you say. Like you say, with all this you can transfer once or twice. I mean, you can go like August said, you can go to the school 1 year and realize it ain't for you and transfer.
With all 4 years still left. That's the key. That's the key. You still got the same 4 years left that you came in with. You feel me? Because you're gonna redshirt. That's what they tell these kids on the back channel. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. We gonna still recruit you. We gonna talk to this dude. You know your teammate. We gonna have dude inbox dude. That's how it works. This person inbox this person on the back end and start talking to you. You feel me? That's how it works.
All right, so we're gonna leave that alone. I was just moving forward because I'm finna get into this last topic, and this word thing is about to get real. All right, I'm just letting you know right now. Thing about to get real. We finna get into this last topic. All right, I've been holding back on this topic for a minute, but things gonna get interesting. I'm gonna just go ahead and drop the link. If you want to pull up, you know what I'm saying, you can pull up. But this last topic of the day. Willie Simmons leaves FAMU for Duke. I'm going to go ahead and just give out how I feel about this before anybody responds to this or anything comes back, right? The way I look at this situation is Willie Simmons did the right thing. I don't care what nobody has to say. I don't care how you look at it any different, how you spin it any kind of way you want to. Willie Simmons was offered a job at CU last year. He turned it down. He got offered the opportunity again this year to go to Duke. He accepts. Willie Simmons did what was best for Willie Simmons. FAMU had an opportunity to, make things right. Give him what he was asking for. And they didn't. Right? So how many times can somebody take a penny for you until it's time is time? Just saying. In this situation, Willie Simmons never loses. He wins in this situation, regardless of how anybody want to look at this, indifferent or out. He wins in the situation. One, he gets him a pay raise. Even if they win, lose, or draw at Duke, they still got to pay him his salary. And guess what? He can always go back to the HBCU if he wants to and be a head coach. Or he can get elevated to offensive coordinator or to a head coach at the FBS level.
Well, he went to Syracuse, didn't he?
No, he went to Duke. He went to
He
Duke.
be the running back coach.
The running backs coach at Duke.
Yeah.
But here, go ahead, finish, bro.
For me, he don't lose in this situation. It's a win. I'm tired of people, trying to put a negative on the Willie Simmons thing when in reality, he did what's best for them. The problem that I have is we keep saying we got the best HBCU business colleges, but we do bad business at HBCU when it comes to athletics. I'm going to say this again. For those who ain't woke, for those who ain't paying attention. We say we have the best business practices at the HBCU level for colleges, but we doing bad business when it comes to athletics. And guess what? Athletics what keeps the doors open. Think about it. Who generates the most money? If your athletics sucks, that means enrollment's going to be down. If athletics are better, enrollment's going to be higher because people want to be around winners. We got to stop doing bad business at HBCUs and start doing better. If you want things to elevate, if you want the resource to elevate, if you want everything on the college to get elevated to a different level, if you want new, you got to stop doing bad business. Because y'all have the coaches.
I mean, what it boils down to, guys, is Willie Simmons was making somewhere, I think, about $400,000 or something to be the head coach at Florida A&M. But when you the head coach at a black institution, you everything. You the Pope, you Jesus, you the AD, you everything. You everything to that program. And it's stressful. Florida A&M is stressful. And you in Tallahassee with another big school, which is Florida State, right? So you always competing and trying to keep up with facilities. You're trying to do this and this and that. Guys, Duke. So he was getting paid 400-some thousand to oversee a whole program of, let's just say, 200 people all together with coaches, kids, staff, 200 people. He's making $500,000 a year to just coach whatever in the running backs room.
Tell him hit the A gap.
I think he was only making 300. You even giving him an extra 100. So let's tell you.
That's what I'm saying. But this is the point. When Deion Sanders walked out the door, because that was the only thing holding FAMU back from winning the SWAC and going to the Celebration Bowl. At the end of the day, Willie Simmons has nothing else to prove at HBCU. He has nothing else to prove. He done won the SWAC. He done won the Celebration Bowl. So now I can get this money and just worry about this one room and not boosters, not worry about begging people for money and not doing all of this. And also, he's setting himself up to be a head. Willie Simmons will be a head coach at a Group of 5 or a Power 5 school. There's no doubt about that in my mind. He's that kind of football coach. And he's a good dude. But no one should say that he took a step down. No one should frown upon it because that's just not the facts. The facts is he did what was best for Willie Simmons and his coaching ascendants. He's a young football coach with great dreams. But what I was telling y'all was when he left, when Deion left, that's when Fam should have gave him a raise. Because there was nobody left. For him, like, that was the only thing that had been stopping him the past 2 years was Deion.
Or at least match the money Deion Sanders was making.
Or he should at least been making the money. And then, guys, you got to understand. Also, is one of the main reasons why Deion left is because your assistants aren't making no money, guys. These guys are not making Power 5 or Group of 5 money. I don't even think they're making assistant coaches at the HBCU level making analyst money. I don't think so. Like, and when you got your friends and your people depending on you and they families depending on you to make the right decisions, guys, you have to look at that. You really have to look at that. And you, like I said, I think Willie Simmons did what's best for Willie Simmons and what's best for him, and I think he did the right thing. That's what I did.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. What's going on, panel? What's going on, Rob? But I agree with that wholeheartedly. Not only just that, I see Willie Simmons doing good out there in Duke. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is running like you were saying. Willie Simmons would have been good at Colorado at that running back coach because we desperately needed at that. But there's another spot that's open for Coach Fleet. You understand me? That's another opportunity that's open for Coach Fleet right now at the HBCU realm. And I think he should think real seriously about taking advantage of that situation. What about you, Rob?
I'm going to say this. I don't care what Willie Simmons was asking for. He should have got it. I don't care what the number was. He should have got it.
Well, hold on, Rob. Rob. I will say that they did go get extra money. They did try to go get. They did it late. They just did it late. In the last 48 hours before he decided, they did try to go get the money to try to help, you know, up the ante for him to stay. They did try to do that.
But for me, it wasn't just about him. It's about his coaching staff too, right? And that's the part that we forget about. It ain't just about the head, but who's helping him elevate, right? Because Willie, and when you think about it, Willie wasn't just trying to get a raise for him. He was trying to get a raise for all the coaches. And when they didn't want to do that, that's when it was like, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep taking pennies on the dollar. I can't keep asking my assistant coaches to take pennies on the dollar. And we're winning. And we're bringing in dollars on top of dollars. And y'all not trying to give it back to the people that's helping you. Because guess what? You got to spend money to make money. If you keep investing into them, guess what? They're going to trickle in more money for you, which elevates more people to come to FAMU because FAMU is winning. Like we gotta look at the big picture, but sometimes we get so cloudy and man, we just don't want to pay this out. But guess what?
And he hasn't had a losing season. He hasn't had a losing season. And to be frank with y'all, the year before he left the MEAC, he would have played for a Celebration Bowl that year, but they was under some kind of sanction or ban that year that before they went to the SWAC and they was in the MEAC. So he would have actually played for 2 Celebration Bowls. So I mean he has nothing else to do. And at the end of the day, any HBCU that comes open in the next few years, they're gonna always try to see if they can pull him back if they got the money.
Hey, would you say he would have been a fool if he wouldn't have took advantage of that situation?
Say that again.
Would you say he would have been a fool if he wouldn't have took advantage of that situation, considering all the facts that we talked about what was going on at FAMU with him?
I wouldn't have called him a fool, old school. I just said he felt he was because some people thought he did. Some people feel like he should have took the Colorado opportunity and he didn't. So I would never say he was a fool. I think he felt he had something left to prove. Like Rob said, I think this time it came down more to about his assistants. And I was told that it was some other stuff, but more about the assistants than anything.
Okay.
Just think about it. And this is just being real, right? What was the one thing Deion said was just complaining about with his assistant coaches? They're making $50,000. Do you know? Like, as much work as they have to put in 365 days, their $50,000 a coach is nothing. You know how many people make $50,000? Like, I'm not. Y'all, the thing about for me is they make millions and millions and millions of dollars off football, regardless of how you want to look at it, indifferent, whatever. Y'all could give them a raise.
So, hey, let me push back on that to see how you feel about this, because you're right. You know, Prime said, "Yo, listen, I need my assistants paid. I'm leaving, and I'm taking my assistants with me because I'm the head coach." Willie leaving to go take a running back job, and I'm not mad at him. You know what I'm saying? He's getting paid more money and all that, but he can't take nobody with him. So now those assistant coaches.
Oh, trust me. If he wants somebody from FAMU to elevate to Duke, he can get him a job. Even listen to this. even if they became an analyst at Duke, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna make at least 100,000 versus the 40,000 they're making at FAMU. I promise you, if they want to go take the recruiter from FAMU, the one that helped Willie get all them people, I promise you, they offer him 250,000. He'll leave out of there from what he's making. But I don't know what Benny Diaz and what he's trying to build at Duke, so I can't speak upon what Duke is trying to do, right? But I can say what they make at FAMU. If a school really, if a Power 5 wants them, they're going to triple and quadruple their salary of what they're making at HBCU. But the thing of it is people want you to continue to make that year in, year out, no matter you win it, right? Because this is what happens, right? You keep winning, coaches get elevated, right? Well, the university feel like we should still keep the dollars. We shouldn't buy in because when we ain't have no resources, we're still winning. So why should we upgrade resources? Here's my thing. And this is where FAMU better get it right. They better get it right with the next head coach they hire. They better get it right. Because if they don't, they can set their whole program back.
And that's why you can't hire Flea, Coach Hart. Nothing against them, but they need.
I'm gonna bait it different though.
And I don't think so. They need somebody. They need somebody. That's gonna really.
Here's what I'm gonna push back on you. Flea is from Florida. You're gonna need somebody from Florida to run FAMU that knows it, right? But what I'm saying Flea for is because if you get Flea, Coach Prime is going to make sure he gets the resources and whatever he needs, whether it's a new indoor facility, whether that's equipment, whatever.
That's a fact.
Whatever they need, Prime is going to make sure he gets it so he don't fail. Because guess what? If Flea going and Coach Hart going, he going to make sure his boys taken care of. That's one thing he going to do. So they're going to get it. They're going to get whatever they need because Dion is the resource for them to activate everything. Guess what? If they're going by Nike and Prime and Colorado's with Nike, guess what? That's a phone call. Hey, Phil Knight, I need you to take care of FAMU. So taking somebody like Flea, that's going to fit them in that situation. You go get somebody like an Ed Reed who don't need the money. He's going to elevate your program and what you have. He's going to elevate your facilities, what you need. Those are things where you got to understand, like, you got to get that right because if you hire the wrong coach who can't bring resources, who can't, because the biggest thing right now is, right, they want a new indoor facility, right? You got to have a big enough name that can go generate the money for you to get it because FAMU ain't going to pay for it. If that was the case, they would have paid for it and Willie was there. Just saying. But you can take it however you want to take it. I'm just saying, FAMU better get this right or they can set their program back. And I don't think that's what they want to do because they're at the top right now. And it's theirs to lose.
I think they should get Coach Flea out there. I'm telling you, Rob, I still stick to that. Yeah, they should get Coach Flea. And he's an NFL experience too, boy. A lot of NFL experience. I'm telling you, not only do they got experience, that's name too. And he's familiar with the programs out there because he's been through that situation before. That's a move up from him. I see that's an opening. That's a blessing for him. And they'll leave Coach Prime and let Coach Prime get another quarterback coach up there that knows what the well, I ain't gonna go down. I'm sorry, but yes.
But I'll say this old school to that point, right? Do you think Coach Prime had Corey Reese put out a tweet about Coach Flea and Coach Hart if they ain't really how he felt?
But regardless of how you feel, it's just a situation. But it goes without saying, well, it ain't like the fact that I'm not trying to move Coach Flea on or nothing like that. I'm just saying that's an open opportunity for him. You know what I'm saying? That's an open opportunity. Hey, matter of fact, when it goes along with what's going on out here in these streets, that's been mentioned too. I don't know if you heard it, but yeah, that's been mentioned too. Hey, Coach Flea, you know that? You know, the dude out there, out there at FAMU was leaving, right? The coach out there at FAMU, he good with that running back thing, you know what I'm saying? He got that name on that, but you got that same name too, Coach Fleet. So that's an ample opportunity because like I said before, I repeat myself, he's been through that HBCU system and like that, what's going on. So he know the terms that it moves it out something, right?
So here's what I took back from this tweet, right? When Coach Prime had Corey put out that tweet about Coach Flea and Coach Hart, it had me thinking two things.
Okay.
Whoever the defensive coordinator is, wants to bring in their people. So guess what? You got the defensive coordinator open, you got the safety position open, you got the linebacker position open. You get to bring in 3 of your coaches that you want.
Okay.
Now, everybody been tripping about Flea. Now Flea is out the door. So now that opens up a running backs. Just saying, like they have announced the defensive coordinator for a reason. Because Prime is trying to elevate some more of his coaches, what he said he was going to do from the get-go.
Yeah. I like
that. So now, why do you think there does not have been an announcement? Because of the simple fact of still got to clear out some people for the new defensive coordinator to come in and whoever else is coming in with him.
Right.
The only way you can do that is you got to get rid of the people that's there. So how about elevating them, right? Because think about it like this. Coach Flea gets the head coaching job, right?
Yeah.
Coach Hart gets to be the defensive coordinator at FAMU. Both of them got elevated.
Right.
Now it's just an HBCU, right? It's not a Power 5. They get to get their feet wet. Now they get to prove who they are, have success, have a good roster that's currently constructed right now, win, and show people what's really going on. So now you're clearing the door for everybody that kept talking about the buddy system with Coach Prime. Now all of them gone.
Right. Yeah, but to a certain extent, it makes sense with that with Coach Hart and Coach Flea. I can see Coach Flea. I don't see Coach Hart because Coach Hart is too close to Coach Prime like that. I don't see that right there too much happening like that. But if you look at it like that, but then like I said before, the what's the name thing is going to be the main thing between those is that opening up at FAMU. That's what I'm looking at. Who's going to get in that position?
If Coach Prime putting business before his buddies, man, he got Coach Hawkins and B, man. Those are moves you gotta make.
Oh, okay, I can see that. I can see. Okay, yeah, I see that. Okay, Coach Hart. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Okay, I can see that.
Listen to what I'm saying. Coach Prime had Corey Reed put that tweet out. Otherwise, the tweet never goes out there. He never mentions Flea and Coach Hart if that ain't something that Coach Prime wanted him to do.
I got you. I like.
It's not a demotion.
Right.
I get what you're saying, right? But here's how. This is why it's not a demotion. Would you elevate Coach Hart to a defensive coordinator at the Power 5 level? That's the question. Right?
No.
More likely you gonna say no.
No, not right now.
Not now. Not right now.
So what? So
honestly, hold on, Rob, before you keep going. I think before Hart would get elevated, I think it's clear that Dancy would get elevated to a DC before Hart would.
But
facts.
Listen what I'm
saying.
Watch his breakdown, right? So you're gonna say no to Coach Hart, right? So where is Coach Hart gonna be a defensive coordinator at?
I know if they would have stayed at Jackson. I know if they'd have stayed at Jackson and Thurman would have ever got another job to go to the NFL, that probably would have been the next defensive coordinator at Jackson because he had shown it. So what Rob trying to get y'all in, we saying that we wouldn't elevate him at Colorado. So, but if you go down to the HBCU and become a defensive coordinator and put out a top defense, now it looks good to come back to whatever. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, Texas Southern.
So
I think we talking about FAM.
No, yeah. So this is what I think people think when people think about it like this. Like, if you consider and I understand, like, Rob, you're making a lot of sense, right? Like, Flea, you can go be a head coach. Like, you already my assistant head coach. He was my assistant head coach at Jackson State. Coach Hart, you can go run a defense. But I think when people say it's like a step down, it's almost like, Willie Simmons, you just went from a head coach to a position coach at Power 5, and these guys are already position coaches at Power 5. So I get what you're saying, but I also see the other side where it's like, well, if you already in the door, then why go back? But I understand why you're saying go back, because if they go back, then they can get that real experience as like, I'm the head man. But I get it. I get it both ways.
So listen what I'm finna tell you, right? If your answer is no, that you would not elevate Coach Hart to a defensive coordinator, who is going to elevate him at the Power 5 level? So now you do have to go down, right, to become a defensive coordinator. Because guess what? If Prime made him the defensive coordinator right now, y'all will be losing y'all shit.
All right, but hold on. So if he goes back,
I'm gonna keep it up. Y'all gonna lose y'all shit.
Nah, you're right. So I'm saying, so hold on. So he goes back and he goes to be the DC at FAMU or whatever case be. He does a great job. He's not gonna automatically be a DC. He's just gonna go back to a position coach probably at a Power 5. I don't think he's gonna turn that into a DC job. I don't think.
Listen, what's gonna happen. Listen, what's gonna happen. Right? You go down to FAMU. You've proven that you can do it. You're not on a Dion. All right? You're proving that you're not on a Dion. You did it. Now you go to a group of 5. Now you can show that you can do that in a group of 5. Guess what happens?
Right. We forget about group of 5. Yeah.
It's levels to it, but what you're trying to, this is what Deion Sanders doing. Hey, listen, it ain't about the money because I just got y'all taken care of. So even if I let y'all go and I let y'all go to FAMU, y'all still collecting this check from Colorado. So whatever you make in FAM, it ain't even about the money because y'all still getting a check coming in from Colorado, right? So you go down there and you can elevate that defense or sustain exactly where it's at for a year or two. You'll get another opportunity to elevate up to either group of 5, right, to be a defensive coordinator. Say you excel there. Now you up there talking about being a defensive coordinator at a P5. Or you can stay where you at and never get the opportunity to be a defensive coordinator. All you can do is be a position coach.
Hey, all y'all got to do is go back to that first Prime series, that last one, not the one that the last one they did at Jackson State, and you hear Coach Hart tell you, I'm gonna be a head coach because of this man. I'm gonna be a college head coach because of this man. So he knows he has to build up his resume. And you don't see many position coaches. I'm gonna tell you what, Willie Simmons might be the first position coach, black position coach, that at his position coach at Duke, that he might mess around and get a head coaching job. Because if Miami coach don't get it done this year and they fire him, Willie Simmons is the first person I'm calling. He's the first person I'm calling. It ain't even nothing to talk about. He's the first person I'm calling. But guys, we gonna be honest with the family. I don't think it's gonna be Flea and Hart. I know that's what the tweet said. They got a couple of they got a couple of candidates down here. They got the dude KJ Black that's in the league that went to FAM. They got a Quentin Gray who played at FAM and now is the head coach at Albany State. And then this is just Coach Dre's thought process and nobody else's. I hire Ed Reed if I'm FAMU University. And I hire Ed Reed because of one of two reasons. He has the resources because they need a new locker room, they need a new field house, they need certain stuff that Coach Reed can get, and you probably keep your whole roster.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I said you kind of need to make that splash. I think so. I think Ed would be a guy.
If people don't know, Gentle Hunt is from Gainesville, Florida. He's one of my guys. He works out with my dudes. If they don't hire a guy from Florida or somebody with Florida ties, hey boy, it's gonna be that second portal opening at FAMU. It's gonna be crazy.
Everybody go.
It's gonna be crazy. So you see what I'm saying? So it's got to either be KJ Black, Quentin Gray, Ed Reed. I think that's where you have to go. Now Flea is from Florida, so I can get where that come from and everything. But if I'm FAMU, me personally, if somebody was to call Coach Dre and ask Coach Dre, I'm asking them to hire Ed Reed.
So
Hey,
here's my order. KJ Black is first, right? KJ Black, I
Facts.
tell you no.
Facts.
Then I'm going to Ed Reed. If Ed Reed turn me down, then that's when I'm going to like Flea
Quentin
is like
Gray.
the fourth. Quentin Gray. Then like Flea is like the fourth option. If you get out of Flea, that means the first
Hey,
two teams already turned down.
what about Mike Minter, buddy? That was at Campbell.
No.
Yeah, but I just don't think he gonna leave Campbell to come to Florida A&M.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think he got fired. I
When?
don't think he did. I don't think he did anymore. Hold on.
Yeah, look that up
Oh
because I don't
wow.
remember hearing that, bro.
Yeah, I
Hold
don't
on.
remember that either.
No, he resigned. Yep, December 18th. He resigned.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, I'll call him there because I like him.
Oh yeah. We definitely calling him.
Yeah, he
We definitely.
resigned. Yeah.
Hey, he on the list.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob. Can I ask you a question right fast? Because I didn't like what you just said. Look here. If I was your fourth option, just say you had a girl, right? And it was a lot of people was after, and she wanted you was her fourth option. Would you fight hard to get her even for that much harder? I mean, if Coach Flea is that fourth option, then I'm gonna fight real hard to get him. Because if I can't get the 1, 2, 3, and 4, I can't get nothing, right?
Old school. Let me explain something to you.
Go ahead.
That was a bad analogy on this situation due to the fact of you're trying to keep your roster intact.
Yeah, it's about their roster old school.
I got you. And like I know they go with that running back thing. That's why I say that's how I see Coach Flea going in because they on that running back thing. But I'm sorry, Coach Dre, I wasn't cutting you off. Go ahead, Rob.
No, I mean what we saying is they just got some big name kids in here. The transfer from Florida State, they got some kids from Clemson. They got some big name kids to come into Florida State. I mean, in the FAMU, and you want to keep these kids.
I got you. I understand.
So I'm not saying that Coach Flea would be a bad hire. I just know in the plethora of what's going on at FAMU,
yeah,
they got some guys that's a little higher on what they would want than Coach Flea. Right? Yeah, that would be the thing. Yes, sir.
All right. Let me answer this real quick. What's the hold up with the DC or the OC? The only hold up right now is there's still some coaches that's going to get fired that prime them know about. It's about to get let go. There's still things going on in the transfer portal, and possibly there's probably somebody off the NFL. The NFL season is over. The NFL season is over this Sunday. So
you can't interview. You can't interview. I don't think they can interview during the season. So either the season got to be over, and then you got to get permission if you're trying to interview somebody that has a job that's still in the playoffs. You have to ask that team for permission to interview that guy. So that might be the hold up. The OC job, guys, I think it's Sherman because I done heard more than one person say that, and that's a recruit. I heard a recruit say that the Pat Sherman offense. So I think it's Sherman. I can't tell y'all that's 100% true, but I think Sherman is going to be the OC. The DC job is the job that I don't think nobody really knows what's going on right now.
It's just the way things are going out. It's look like they prime is trying to clear out the defensive side for whoever the defensive coordinator is to bring in their guys. So with that being said, that's what the holdup is. But shout out for the $19.99 super chat. Do y'all realize what Willie did is no different than what the North Dakota State head coach taking a position coaching job at USC? Great program, but still has to get your foot in the door. Yes,
Facts.
That is 1,000%. I 1,000% agree with that. I even when he went to USC. I actually talked about it here on the show. About him going to USC and him resigning. And I actually talked about it. For me, I can't be mad at no FCS head coach leaving to go take a position coach at a P5. I mean, I just can't. Like what they make compared to what a P5 or even a Group of 5 coach make is peanuts. You know what I'm saying? So I can never be mad at no situation like that. You gotta do what's best for you, and that's what I always say. You gotta do what's best for you and your family. You can't keep accepting less and doing more. At some point, you have to elevate yourself or want to elevate yourself. Or have people that's around you that want to help you elevate. If you got people that's around you that don't want to see you elevate, you need to get the hell away from them. I'm just being honest. You do. So nobody can be mad at Willie Simmons. Nobody can be mad at North Dakota State head coach for leaving. He's got national championships, everything. At some point, you got to make a decision what's best for you and your family and look out for you. That's just nature of the game. But appreciate that super chat. Anybody else?
Any other topic you want to talk about, Rob?
Send some questions in right quick, man. We got about like 10 more minutes before I hop up off this thing, man. So send any questions, man, that y'all might got. But, man, make sure y'all smash that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button. We back, man. We first episode of the new year. You know, we finna get some things going. It's gonna be a crazy January. My schedule for February, I won't have a live for like 8 days at the beginning because February is my birthday month, so I'll be gone. I'll be gone for about 8-9 days at the beginning of February. But hey, y'all let me know, man, what y'all want to talk about right quick before we hop out of here. Should Willie Gaines go to Charlotte?
Hey, Rob, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I want. I want to talk about this. I want to know if you might not have seen.
I'm not a Pisces. I'm Aquarius. Do I think Willie Gaines should go to Charlotte? I don't think so. For me personally, let me say this: Willie Gaines, man, appreciate you for rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Jackson State, Colorado. You know what I'm saying? I want you to go to the best situation for you. Don't listen to nobody else. Do what's best for you and your daughter. Be the best version of yourself. And I hope you get over, 600-700 yards this season. I need you to go. I'm about to answer your question. I want you to go to a spread offense where you can get the ball, where you can go do your thing, where you can show your speed, showcase your skill set. Me personally, I don't think him going to Charlotte with Tim Bruce would be a good idea. I don't think him going with Sean Lewis to San Diego State would be a good idea. So I'm going to answer everybody's question on that part. I don't think it's a good idea. I just think he needs to go to a situation where he can go and be in a spread offense and he has a quarterback that can get him the ball in space. Now we know Rob gets sensitive because he's an Aquarius. What does that have to do with anything, boy? My boy.
Wow, man. Well, man.
What's the word, Big Auntie?
Going down, Rob. Man, I was just what's your thoughts on that? Them getting that tied in from the decommitted from Arkansas.
And until it's official, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. When do players report for spring ball? Players should be reporting back to campus here soon. Really, once classes start, that's when they start reporting back. Coach Mo will be the head coach at that point in time, not Coach Prime. Coach Mo will be the head coach because he is the head of strength and conditioning. So he's going to be the person that's going to be around all the players majority of the time. They will have time that's allocated for them to spend, but it will be limited time with their coaches until it's time for spring practice. But the players for the spring semester that's going to be there for spring ball will be reporting within a week or so back to campus. They have to be there before.
I think they say they go back on the 19th. I think it's the 19th.
Yeah, it's all different. It depends on when your class starts.
Yeah, okay.
Some players, because they all go strictly at all different times, depending on one. If you're a freshman, you'll probably get there a week before your class starts, just so you can get move in and understand where your class is at, get a tour around the campus, things like that. But if you're like a returning player, or non-transfer player, you'll probably get there like right before classes start, like a couple days before, because you already know what you're getting yourself into. So, where we going, Rob? Hey, J-Dot, man, chill out, man. J-Dot, chill, man. Chill.
Tell Jay not to calm down, boy.
Chill out,
Yeah,
man.
man. Y'all was right on JD, man. JD Davis, man. He shouldn't even never went to A&M, man. They got him in the portal with a 0 stars, man.
Bro, I just think I think he wanted to go show that. I think he wanted to go. I think he thought he could do it on the bigger level, and I can't get mad at him. I don't know if Texas A&M threw the bag at him or what, but again, if I'm on here with y'all all the time, but now I got a chance to go do something else, I'm just gonna rock with the people I've been rocking with. So to me, I just thought he should have came, and what I think is, out of all these kids that went elsewhere, I think he the one kid that probably will end up with Colorado. Because I don't think Coleman's coming to Colorado.
Oh, so you think JD gonna try to turn around, come on to Colorado?
Yeah, I do, bro. I think he is.
What is a walk on? Oh, he a graduate, ain't he? Graduate.
Yeah, he'll be a graduate. He'll be a graduate transfer, so he won't have to sit out.
Hey, J-Dot, we'll talk about it offline where I'm going. We ain't doing it in here, dog.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob.
Hold on, school. I'm finna right to you. You know that boy ain't making the NFL. He undersized. Someone needs to look him in the mirror and humble himself. Honestly, man, it ain't even about them making the NFL, man. If they can make it to, the new XFL, USFL league, that'd be fine, man. Not everybody gonna make it to the league, but there are a development league that they're making for the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So it's about him getting taped to help them make rosters. You know what I'm saying? And create avenues for your family at the end of the day, man. I don't think the NFL is what he's, his major dream is to just be able to play professional or go to Canadian League.
Hey, Rob, I just want to say, if anybody looking for a center out there, there's one available.
The Alabama center just left. Yeah.
He did. He just hit the portal.
Anybody looking for a center is a center available.
He was mad. Then.
Defense.
He was in the feeling.
Defense. There's a center available if anybody need one.
Hey, we know you trying to take shots right now, Lawrence, because y'all going to the national championship.
Listen.
Hey, boy, Penix look good though, boy. I'm just telling y'all, boy.
Penix. We saw Penix when he was a puppy at Indiana.
If y'all can't get to him, yeah, they ain't gonna be able to cover the wide receivers, man. If y'all can't get to him, it's done deal.
If we what?
If y'all can't get to him, it's gonna be a done deal. Michael Penix be putting it on.
Okay.
All right.
I ain't scared of Penix and I ain't scared of Washington. We seen both of them recently, so
you ain't gotta be scared of them, but you gotta respect it.
We respect them.
Hey, man.
Hey,
chill out, bro.
Hey, long as y'all come and run the football, because at the beginning of the game, I want to know what Harbaugh was thinking trying to throw the ball. I was like, what is he doing, man? Run the ball.
Just trying to loosen them up. You gotta get them a little loose.
Hey, J-Dot, chill out, man.
Hey, Rob, leave J-Dot alone. If he ain't gonna come on the show, don't even give no comment. Hey, man, I want to ask. Hey, big LT, big LT. I want to ask you this question. I'm gonna tell you something, because you know about football. Remember that young boy out there at Oregon that's going out to Oregon? He threw the CU hat down on the ground and stuff like that. I've been watching Jordan Seaton, how he been getting down at that All-American camps and stuff. You been keeping up with that?
Yes, sir. I've been watching it. Yes,
sir. And I've been watching that big fool too, the 6'7" guy that look like a black tank. Yeah, that's right. He play like him too, almost.
I mean, McRoy gonna be pretty good too. They both.
I would tell you, Big LT, I would tell you, this is what I see you saying that. I like that in you, but it's one thing you can't teach is speed and footwork. Well, you could teach footwork,
but he gonna lose that weight though, school.
Yeah.
When he get into that school, they get him on that program. He gonna lose by 25 pounds.
Big LT, I agree with you 100%. He gonna lose a whole lot of things. He gonna lose that sense of humor he got too, because it's stupid. But then gets no big LT. This is my point. This is what I want to get to. This one thing he ain't gonna lose. You know what that is? That mentality.
Yes, sir.
Cause you gotta earn that. He ain't big LT here, but he big. He ain't a dog. He just big.
I ain't gonna
But
say that. I ain't gonna say.
he just a baby though. He just a baby
Yeah,
too, school.
Yeah,
So you gotta give him time, man.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say he ain't a dog.
He's
I ain't
still a
gonna say he ain't
youngster,
a dog.
man.
yeah.
He
Okay.
young. This the thing, school. You gotta understand with that kind of size, you can't teach that kind of size and what he got. You get what I'm saying? And most offensive line coaches, this is what most offensive line coaches do. They feel like they better than the next offensive line coach. So just because you say you can't make him a dog, somebody else gonna feel like they can make him a dog. So I ain't gonna say I don't think he a dog. But man, y'all need to definitely check my boy out today. See the boy. I don't forgot what time they play. But I know they play.
I think it's at 4.
Yeah, I know that.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
at
know
4 that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
they finna get ready. They finna get ready to get it on.
4,
He done
3,
came
2,
down here and put. He
1.
done came down here and put on the show for Colorado, and his
Braylon
like you
Miller
said
playing in there too, ain't he?
his interview.
No, he
Yeah,
playing in the
Seaton.
other one.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody ain't
Jordan
playing in
Miller's
the
playing in the
I
other
think.
one.
Yeah, he playing in the All American game, the Army All American game. I think that's Saturday.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen. If y'all not in the Discord, we gonna stream the game in the Discord. For those who are not in the Discord, man, shout out to everybody that's in the
Oh,
Discord,
okay.
man. The community, y'all know what time it is, man. Shout out to the the Discord, the community. We talk about more than just CU in there. We talk about a lot of different things, man. So it's just a community of people where we talk about various of things. So
Hey, Lawrence, what's your scope for next Monday? I just want to know.
Next Monday, I got. Give me
We know you got Michigan. We just want to know the scope. We know you got Michigan.
28-20 Michigan, national champs. And Harbaugh, you can do whatever you want after that. You can go to NFL. Just
he in that lead, dog.
give it to Sherron Moore. That's all I ask. Give the job to Sherron Moore, and I'll be all right.
So you think I was thinking that's the one thing you think now I remember you saying you thought he was gonna stay when we used to talk all the time.
I did.
I think
I did.
What you think now?
I have come around on that. I think he's out of there. I think Harbaugh is out of there. So like I said before, I think they put all the chips in with everything going there, and they're gonna go for the title. But even if they lose, I think he's still out of there. So I just hope that I think that the succession plan is to give it to the OC Sherron Moore.
You think you really think they're gonna do that, bro? I'm just asking.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I'll rock with you if you say so.
Because if they get somebody from the outside, like some people then threw out like a Brian Kelly and stuff. I just don't see that happening. It'll change the whole team. So to keep the team intact, which they need to, they got to turn it over to somebody in house. And he did a good job. I think that was his audition, the 3 games that he took over for at the end of the season. So it only makes sense for him to take the reins over if Harbaugh does. I honestly think that they probably already got it in place.
Yeah, I hope so.
He's already hired an agent, an NFL agent. So I mean, that tells me all I need to know right there. In the contract, his extension has been on the table for about a month, and he ain't touched it. So you just put 2 and 2 together.
I got you. Okay. I just wanted to know because I know you know, and I know at first you were saying you thought he was gonna stay, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
I think he's out of there whether they win or lose. But my score is 28-20. I do think that the defense can slow down Penix with pressure, and I do think that the secondary is gonna hold up as well. Because the secondary is very underrated. So I don't think the receivers is gonna be running run shot, but more importantly, I think that front 7 can get pressure on him and get Penix moving around. He's not the same quarterback when he's not standing back there as a statue picking people apart, and I think that's going to be the difference between what Texas was able to, pressure they were not able to get on them versus what Michigan will be able to apply. And then offensively, I see them running the ball a lot more successful against Washington than they were able to do against Alabama.
I agree. Hey, now a question for all y'all. If Penix go out here, we just gonna speak hypothetically. If he go out here and have another good game, y'all think he'll skip Caleb in the line of being the number 1 pick?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right,
I like everybody else's, but I don't think I don't think he leapfrogs.
Hey,
I don't know, but if they watch
that's the conversation.
them recruiters and stuff, them scouts, man, they go look at that film. They go back and look at that film. I don't know, man.
I
But it do depend
Yeah,
on
you know what? Thinking about it, that's a tough question, Coach Dre, because the pick apart.
That's the way I looked at it. I say it's a tough question. That's why I asked. So I was just like,
Nah,
Caleb can't win the big game. He ain't showing y'all he can win the big game.
Listen, that's why I was just
elite
hit it. Like when it came to them big time games, Caleb came up small. But they have put Jalen Daniels in front of Caleb Williams right now.
For what?
Because
you talking
Lamar
about
Jackson? Because of Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, I feel that, but to me, it all depends on who gonna have the first pick, which it looked like the Bears.
The Bears gonna have the first pick. The Bears gonna have the first pick. Because
I'm asking y'all, is everybody out on Justin Fields? All y'all up here will be out on Justin Fields right now?
Here's my thing. If you pick Jalen Daniels, you're getting the same thing. You're gonna be in the same situation in what you is with Justin Fields right now. You're just starting over a new rookie contract. That's how I look at it.
I'm not completely sold that they go get rid of Justin Fields based off the last 4 or 5 games he's had. He's been pretty effective out there. So had he not played the way he's played over the last 4 or 5 games, I would have said, yeah, Justin Fields is going to be traded, but I'm not completely sold now that they're going to pull the plug on Justin Fields just yet. But as far as Penix, let's say if he duplicates, if you're talking about duplicates what he did against Texas, Coach Dre, yeah, that'd be tough. If he throw 400 against this defense,
I'm telling you, man.
That's all I'm saying.
That composure, that pinpoint accuracy, dropping it in the bucket. They see that, man. Those scouts see that, man. And like you said, winning the big game like that.
No, that's all I'm saying is you'll be done beat Nick Saban in Alabama. I mean, you'll be done beat Texas, which had a top-notch defense this year, and then you know went out and you go out here and beat Michigan. And if you put up them kind of numbers, you name me a game against a top-flight defense that Caleb put up.
He can beat the number 1 and the number 2 defense back to back.
My only pushback to that, Coach Dre. My only pushback to that, if that does happen. Yeah, he had a momentum going to the combine, but you know how these GMs fall in love with all these combine numbers and the measurements, and Caleb get out there run a 4.5 or something like that. Then he's
bigger than Caleb, though. He's bigger than Caleb.
And Coach Dre, you should know that because that's your boy, your man.
But he's bigger than Caleb, though, Lawrence. He's bigger than Caleb. And we gonna talk about measurement,
Lawrence. I'm talking about like running a 40 and stuff like that.
I mean, man, he not that much slower than Caleb Williams.
Lawrence, I'm gonna give you some real advice. If I'm Jaden Daniels, I don't run a 40.
I think Jaden Daniels gonna run a 40.
If I'm him, and this is just me giving him advice, I don't run a 40. It's because
you gotta run it, Rob. You gotta run it.
You saying if you Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams, Rob?
Yeah, Caleb Williams gonna run it, but I'm saying if I'm Jalen Daniels, I would not run it. I'd let them watch my tape and let you make your decision off of that. I wouldn't run a 40.
Yeah, I don't think
Lamar Jackson gonna run it. Because guess what? If he runs his 40 and that matches up to Lamar Jackson,
she just talking. Ain't nothing happening.
So we gonna see. But my thing of it is does Chicago keep that first pick or do they trade it again and get 2 more first round picks?
But who gonna? But the question is,
he definitely ain't on Lamar Jackson.
But okay, so
let's say he was.
So let's look at it. So who would have the top 2 picks would be? So
who's number 2?
The Bears. Who's number 2? Who's under there?
Carolina.
We don't know yet. It's this week. Got to still play out to figure out who's gonna be. No, Carolina was the first pick, but it has to go to the Bears because they traded their first round pick to the Bears.
Do you think the Bears are gonna get rid of Justin?
But I'm saying all right. So listen, if you're gonna keep Justin Fields, you might as well trade the first overall pick again
to get more picks.
That just makes sense. If you're gonna keep Justin Fields. Yeah. Otherwise, you got to take a quarterback at number 1.
It ain't no top defensive players out there like that or a receiver or nothing like that. That's number 1 worthy.
Yeah, you could trade back. You gonna end up getting, probably Marvin Harrison. You probably gonna end up getting him. So why? You know what I'm saying? You might as well trade a pick for somebody who need a quarterback. Because somebody whoever gonna need a quarterback gonna pay you a ransom to get the first round overall pick. Now, do you take the thing with Caleb Williams for me is that he don't have that humbleness about like the other quarterbacks do. And sometimes when things ain't going as right, me personally, I'm not taking Caleb Williams first round pick. I'm just not. But
you said you're not taking him as you saying you're not taking him as the first pick, or you're not taking him in the first round?
I'm not taking him as the first pick.
Okay.
That's me personally. But the way the quarterback landscape is gonna be set up, he gonna end up probably being the first pick.
You got Washington down there. You got New England down there. There's like maybe 2 or 3. So those are the top.
Okay, 4. So if I'm New England, I give you 2 first rounders to come up and get me a quarterback because they ain't got nothing.
Shit, who want to go play in New England?
Or Washington?
I mean, the question is Belichick gonna be the coach? Belichick might not be the coach.
That's what I'm saying. If he ain't the coach, who want to go play there?
I mean, bro, we talking about. I mean, you got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. Washington's gonna get a quarterback as well. So you're looking at those 3.
Okay, let's talk about that. So, do we think that they gonna fire? Do you think they gonna fire Ron? Yeah, Arizona should be up there like 5 or 6.
They like
right?
4. They like 4 right now.
They probably
you got Arizona, you got New England, and you got Washington. We can probably safe to say, as you were saying, Coach Dre, Ron is probably out of there.
So are we saying if enemy gonna be the head coach, then he gonna want his own guy? And to me, if I'm him, I'm telling Magic Johnson them, I want Penix or Caleb because he's. Go ahead.
No, I said my thing of it is Chicago and Arizona are in the same situation.
They will have to get rid of their quarterbacks to. I mean, it only makes sense for them to draft. The Cardinals.
But the thing with the Bears is, I think your boy's still under his rookie contract.
Yes.
The Cardinals. Yes. The Cardinals. They paying big money.
They are.
Yeah, I know.
So who gonna take that contract off your hand?
They're not moving. They're not moving off that.
The way Kyler Murray's been playing the last couple of weeks, that is a tough move, man.
So that's what I'm saying. I think you got to give him a full season. So if I was Arizona, I give him a full season. I try to go get him some weapons. I try to go get a receiver in this draft. I try to go get him some weapons in this draft to see what he can do, and then try to get some people in the free agency. But New England and Washington, we know they need a quarterback. Bad.
Yeah. Justin Fields just need talent, man. He just don't got enough talent, and he just don't got enough talent. That's all. But all right, y'all, man, it's been real, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all leave. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Y'all, it's the first one of the year for Rodman Media platform, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. As always, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank you guys for all the super chats that you guys sent in today, man. And as always, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Now let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is when we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning. Now give me my darn